Come on, what's going on?
Some water?
What's going on?
Oh,
yeah, look at this big old thing.
That huge
gallon.
jug. Did Emily get that for you?
No, she forgot it.
She forgot it.
I had to walk back to my trailer to get it myself.
Yeah, that happened to me last week. I took away her phone privileges.
Yeah.
She can't play Zonga anymore at work.
Zonga or Bejeweled.
Yes.
People still play Bejeweled?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Good
Emily.
times. Give me a 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys!
Welcome!
Welcome back to the Cord and... I forgot the name of our own show. To the Cord and Tory podcast show. Episode number 47?
No, 46.
46.
46. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Your tongue tripped and fell down a flight of stairs on that one.
Are you sure it's only 46?
Yeah, I'm 40. Yeah. I hope so.
I think it's 47.
No, it's 46.
Okay, well...
I wrote it up there. See?
Okay.
See?
Okay,
46,
sure.
young man.
Welcome to 46, guys.
Your apology is accepted.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you know what? Because we skipped a week. We skipped a week last week because we were both really busy and didn't get a chance to check in with one another.
Yes, but we're back, guys.
We are back,
We're
guys.
back. Tori, tell me, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I just filed my taxes today.
Oh, wow.
So I realized I'm going to get like a pretty big refund coming
great.
back. So I have a lot of expenses as an actor because you put out a lot of money in which you don't get back. So hopefully it's coming back to me in my refund.
Are you going to buy like a speedboat or anything?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm buying.
You're going to buy your own four-wheeler.
No, actually what I'm planning on doing is like buying a few acres on Mars and naming it after myself.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
I mean, we're going to get there eventually. Might as well, claim my land now.
As Lex Luthor said in Superman Returns, this is a paraphrase, the Earth is running out of land.
Yeah.
So buy as much as you can.
Exactly. So
and what's better than Earth? Mars.
Exactly, yeah.
Easy. Mars.
One of my favorite colors, red.
Yeah, the red planet.
Yeah, so pretty good. How about you? How you
I'm doing all right. Allergies have punched me in the face today.
How looks like it.
Yeah, I look
Bam.
like I just...
You have a face made for radio.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I feel great. I feel so great I can't even think about a comeback for that.
Yeah.
Any day.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. But all is well, Tori. Much
Good,
better
good.
now.
Very
Now that
good.
you're here next to me and we're looking at each other eye to eye.
Yeah.
And we're just focusing.
We're focusing.
We got a big show today.
That we do.
We got a big show. You know why it's a big show, Tori?
Tell me.
We have some special guests, but that is all you need to know about it, viewers.
How many?
2 special guests.
Okay.
Later on in the show, they're not here yet. They got to come here.
Yeah,
And Emily's getting them from the airport right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're flying in. Well, one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll see.
You'll see.
Tori,
Anyway, they have a big weekend coming up this coming weekend.
Yes,
so
yes.
they're a little busy.
Yeah.
With, a lot of other shows.
Yeah.
But other than that, we have some news about Robert Downey Jr. Retiring as Iron Man and who they're going to replace him with.
Yes.
Netflix is making some big deals all of a sudden.
Yeah,
they're really
dishing out the
establishing
dough.
themselves as not just a distributor, a studio as well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
We have maybe a new thing that's hotter than found footage, like Cloverfield, and Blair Witch Project. Those movies were always pretty popular.
Yeah.
Paranormal Activity. There might be a new trend coming this way, and we'll tell you about that coming up. Also, Zack Snyder's in the news, obviously, because of this weekend. He had some words about why he didn't pick Grant Gustin to be the Flash in the Justice League movies. And then the special interview to round out the show.
Yeah. What an action-packed show. I'm sweating already.
Awesome.
So, everyone has their jaws dropped. Is Robert Downey Jr. retiring?
Eventually he is. He kind of basically said that there is no Iron Man 4 anytime soon going to happen. And his studio kind of said there's nothing planned as of right now anyway.
Right. And we read this article with the Russo brothers who directed Civil War, and they're going to direct, at the moment, they're going to helm the Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2. And they talked about how kind of irreplaceable Robert Downey Jr. is.
Yeah.
And how much he as Iron Man is so... They kind of said something hypocritical. They said he's so important to the important to the universe, the Marvel universe. At the same time, if he doesn't want to be Iron Man anymore and he retires from it, they also said, like, you know, the Marvel universe is so massive that you can go 10 years without an Iron Man.
Sure, yeah.
Which
is true, because there are a bunch of other characters. They said once he retires from Iron Man, Iron Man's just going to disappear for a while. And they'll move away from the Iron Man and not include him in the stories of either the group ensemble films or the solo films, and they'll just focus on other characters. Now, there are so many characters and so many storylines that'll be fine. Eventually, we're going to get tired of Iron Man movies anyway. I personally want to see him as long as possible.
Yeah.
But he said that he's still interested in going to be doing the ensemble films like not the Justice League, the Civil Wars and the Infinity Wars and those type of movies. Just not a solo Iron Man movie is planned in the near future, if at all.
If the day comes where he says no more,
more anything.
Do you? I have a strict answer about this. Do you want them to kill Tony Stark off?
No.
Or just have him disappear?
No. You can't. I think that's a fool's errand to kill Tony Stark.
I think it would be masterful if they did that.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Because characters don't live forever, Tori. Tony Stark is a man. He has blood in his veins.
Characters do live forever.
One day, Tony Stark will die. Of natural causes, of a train crash, whatever.
Okay.
And I'm saying, like, as far as a character and his entire arc, that would be great to see. You know, he's very selfish at the start of Iron Man. You know, he's such a selfish guy.
Sure.
And, of course, he makes steps little by little with each movie. What I'm picturing is just a glorious final film. Like, hell, you know, Infinity Wars Part 2, if he has to sacrifice himself to save everything, which is kind of the plot for... the Avengers Part 1, you know, he really sticks his neck on the line there. But, like, if he really has to, you know, literally die to save everyone, I think that would be glorious.
Well, there are
a fitting ending.
There are many incarnations of a character, but you usually have the same person, the same character. As the superhero, you know what I mean? As a human. Like, for instance, there are other spin-offs of characters. Like, Spider-Man is not just Peter Parker. Like, the new and current Spider-Man in the comics is a guy named, I believe, Miles Morales, who's a Latino Spider-Man, which is awesome.
Right.
But I'm not... Getting back to the point that he just personifies Tony Stark in Iron Man. I met him in person one day, and he's literally that guy. He's literally that guy.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. It has to depend on what the overall Marvel storyline is.
Yeah.
If they're just going to reboot it, then sure, he can die and they'll just come back with a new actor. However, if they continue with the current timeline moving forward, he can't die. The character can't die. They'll just recast another actor. Because all this whole timeline to Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3 is all linear.
Yep.
So if you kill him off, there's no way possible to bring him back unless you reset the complete timeline.
Right.
Not just the character.
Right.
You know? So that's why I don't want to see him die, because I love the timeline. I love the continuation of the story. Right now, like the same thing that they're doing, I think is brilliant with what they're doing with the films, or doing on TV too with Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's fantastic. It all shares the same timeline.
See, well, that's more of a reason, and I don't mean to get derailed with this. I don't want to box you to death, you know, and stand over you like Ali saying, Iron Man needs to die.
I have no idea.
I don't mean to do that, Tori. Okay. However, you made a great point. All these stories are going in the same timeline, the same direction. I think it would be really foolish to try to reboot one, if not all of them.
You can. I don't think you can. Yeah.
Well, but that means you can't reboot Iron Man.
Right.
So that means you either have Tony Stark die, which I like, or B, you have like Tony Stark's little nephew come in and take over the country, the company. Like, look, that could happen and that could work, but I would love to see Tony Stark die.
Sure.
So
okay, well, I mean, you can see him die and still have his character, his nephew, let's say, come and be Iron Man.
Yeah.
I always want to leave the option open for Robert Downey Jr. himself to come back, like to play a cameo sometime in the future, as a retired Iron Man or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Like he can not be Iron Man, but I don't want to see him literally die.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
We'll see, but I mean, they're doing a great job keeping everything linear, so it's fantastic.
Speaking of linear, I guess
terrible segue.
I guess it has
terrible
nothing to do
segue
with the word linear.
No, not at all.
Tell us about Netflix, Story.
So Netflix, we've been hearing, has been producing movies. They produce, the Adam Sandler movie. They produce a few other things.
Yeah.
He has another one coming up with in which him and David Spade just dropped a teaser trailer the other day.
What is that about?
I didn't see it yet. I refuse to give Adam Sandler any more of my time.
It's called. You know what? I recently was told by my brother that Pixels wasn't that bad. That might not be his exact quote, but he did not say it was terrible.
Okay, well,
I need to actually see a little bit of it before
Sure, you go do that.
Don't
and
throw.
you waste your time.
What I'm trying to say is, don't throw out all Adam Sandler movies just because 7 in a row have been terrible.
Sure, but I'm waiting to hear, you know what, that one was actually good. That was great, actually.
Yeah.
Not it wasn't that bad. I don't need to see that wasn't that bad. I need to see something, oh yeah, that was pretty good. That was great. That really surprised me and went past my expectations.
Sure.
But anyway, Netflix is becoming a booming movie studio. They already have, like I said, the Adam Sandler things. They've had the Netflix original productions of all their series.
They're doing a movie with Brad Pitt.
War Machine. All the Marvel TV series. The Daredevil, which just had season 2 premiere.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones. All the other TV shows. And their other non-Marvel shows. Here's a big one now, guys.
Yeah.
Netflix just outbid Warner Brothers for the rights to produce this movie called Bright. And it's not just that in which is big news. Also, Will Smith is attached to play one of the lead actors. Joel Edgerton is going to direct and also star in it as well. And David Ayer is going to write it.
Yeah. Wait.
David Ayer is going to direct, and Joel Edgerton will co-star along with Will Smith. Excuse me, but it's big news because David Ayer isn't just some small guy. He is like the thing he's working on right now is Suicide Squad. That's his latest project, in which Will Smith also is attached to. Obviously, he's playing Deadshot. Yeah. Also, that is a Warner Brothers production.
Right.
So Netflix stealing away the bidding, winning the bidding war and stealing the rights to the property away from Warner Brothers, even though it already had David Ayer and Will Smith attached to it, that's huge news. And they're saying that it already has a $90 million budget.
Right. So Netflix, so what probably happened was like Netflix and Warner Brothers, like, somebody owns the script, probably a producer or something, and they said, we'll guarantee X for talent, X for production, and basically Netflix just went out with a $90 million bid, promising at least $90 million towards this movie.
Right, and half is going to production, and the other half is going to talent.
Yeah, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But Tori, what's really interesting to me is the concept of the movie. It's the title gives you nothing, but it's actually about like humans and orcs in a world where they like live, they cohabitate, and it sounds almost like a crime murder mystery. Oh wait, it's a supernatural crime murder mystery type movie, but. Let's highlight this part. It could be a trilogy or a franchise or whatever.
Yeah, that's what they're seeing it as, to make more money and provide good content and movie content to all of its viewers and subscribers across the world.
Yeah. It kind of goes without saying, like, everything's kind of a possible franchise nowadays.
But also, not just that, they're thinking about having it have a limited theatrical run as well.
Right, which is really interesting.
A streaming service is unheard of, unprecedented right now. A streaming service, which is only online to your computer or your phone or your tablet, having a movie that they produce themselves, let alone in theaters, that just goes to show you how much power Netflix is coming out with.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, we're here to stay, and we're here to make waves.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how this nets out because, obviously if it works, they're going to be doing a lot more of these type of things. And it's like, so Bright is either a spec script or a novel. I'm not sure which, but it's good that it's not like a huge Lord of the Rings type thing.
Right.
It's a smaller property, and they're really betting on the concept and the star power of Will Smith to make it bankable.
Exactly. Speaking about betting on the concept, see, this is a good segue.
Ooh, well
this
done.
is a really good segue.
Well done.
Betting on the concept, found footage is kind of hot right now. It's what Cloverfield was. They just came out with a kind of a prequel/sequel to 10 called 10 Cloverfield Lane, Blair Witch Project, all the Paranormal Activities. Those are examples of found footage videos.
Yeah, it's been a healthy new format to the film, to storytelling for the past 15, since Blair Witch. I think that really ignited. Like, hey, we could just rent 3 cameras and run around with them.
Yeah.
And just edit, spend 2 months editing it, and then we don't have to worry about lights.
Exactly. Now, there's this movie called Hardcore
Henry?
I believe it. Yeah, I was going to say Harry, but it's Hardcore Henry.
Might be Harry.
I know, it's Henry. Hardcore Henry, which is it's kind of POV.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a first-person action shooter type video game. That's pretty much all that it is.
But it's a movie.
But it is a movie.
Right.
A fully produced movie, which looks like incredibly exciting to watch just because of, we talked about this I think last episode, just because of choreography and the cinematography and all the stunts. A shoot 'em up bang bang movie, as my uncle calls them. But it looks pretty freaking awesome, and it premiered at South by Southwest here in America, at least the American premiere, and the crowd went wild for it. It was just awesome. They're saying that this, if it's popular, because it's a foreign film, I think it was produced in Germany. I think it's a German movie, actually. But if it does well here at the American box office, we might see a new trend of more POV movies.
Yeah, I bet you, even if it doesn't do great or if it's not a smash hit, people will go around and say, you know what? This is a pretty good movie, but it would be a great movie if it was a POV.
Right. Because what I've heard is the story isn't that solid. It's not, it doesn't really have, I mean, the stakes are there just because he's trying to figure out what happened to him, and he's shooting up and blowing up things, but the story isn't that deep. However, when you're playing a video game, it doesn't have to have a deep story. All you're worried about is like killing people and leveling up, basically, and that's what he's trying to do in this movie. So it's not really something you see for it's not really a content-based movie. They're not trying to win an Academy Award for best script, best storytelling.
Sure. Tori, I was thinking about it, and I said to myself, it's a really cool way to tell a story is POV. That's genuinely cool. There's a drawback though, and I think people kind of overlook it very quickly, and it's the idea that, and you could solve this easily, but Hardcore Henry looks like it doesn't attempt to solve this at all. Movies aren't always 100% through anyone's perspective. Right. The protagonist, the antagonist, they're generally towards the protagonist, and some movies are, in fact, they have the protagonist in every single scene. That's true of a lot of movies. However, with action movies, with whatever, it's limiting to, for story-wise, to say, oh, the protagonist has to be in every scene because that's the only way we see what's happening. Yeah. If they find a creative way, in order to share perspective, and that way, you get to see, the story gets to be a little more flexible. I think that would, open the gates for some really cool concepts.
Yeah. When you're speaking right now, the movie that came to mind was Pulp Fiction. It could be POV, but it's taking the point of view of several different characters and several different parties in the movie. The protagonist, the antagonist, the B characters of the movie, the supporting roles of the movie. I think that would be kind of cool. Kind of like not really Limitless, but sharing the same the same story, but telling it from different points of view, and then
Right.
meeting up at one point in the movie, and then going forward with, you know what? That would kind of also be, ooh, here's something that's kind of cool, which I thought of.
Yeah.
What if they had a POV movie, kind of in the span, or kind of in the realm of, what did I just say, Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
where you see first, the protagonist, and then the antagonist, and then the supporting characters, and you lead up to this point, and then it's kind of your choose your path type of book, like a Goosebumps or one of those murder mystery novels, and you can actually pick which storyline you want to continue with. Or what if they had, different storylines at different theaters, so you don't know who you're going to go see. So if you go like the ArcLight, you'll see the protagonist point of view to the end of the movie. If you go to the AMC, you'll see the antagonist point of view.
Sure.
That could actually be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And that'd be great for movie studios because they'll make a lot more money with people going back and paying to see the film again. One, because it's a great concept, and two, to see different points of view.
Totally.
That's actually awesome.
Totally.
Don't steal that idea. We should write a script and sell it like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think that would make a lot of money. I think that's kind of cool, and they haven't been done before. It's kind of like when I was a kid, I went to go see the Pokemon movie a few times just to get all the cards that they were giving away for free.
Pokemon, baby.
Yeah.
I never touched it.
I still have them. First edition, in the plastics, ready to sell.
Ready to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
So we'll see how this plays out.
And look, that was just us brainstorming right now, and we came up with a couple different scenarios. So imagine when people actually sit down and think of what you can do with POV type movies, what we'll see in the near future.
Well, before we jump off the topic, this would be my version.
Okay.
Your story's about virtual reality.
Sure.
And it's perspective through whoever jumps into the virtual reality machine. Mm-hmm. So you have different characters jumping into the virtual reality machine, and then they're all of a sudden in different worlds or in space or in combat, so on and so forth. So it's like a mixed media, because I don't think the whole movie could play where it's first-person POV, but I think it would be great to, see amazing sci-fi things, different worlds, escaping a volcano, yada, 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 through two eyeballs from a person.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wonderful cut print. Zack Snyder, Tory. Mm-hmm. Zack Snyder's
my boy
from Massachusetts. Did you know that?
I did.
I think we might have said that.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Massachusetts.
He is from Massachusetts.
I'm from Massachusetts.
You're from Massachusetts.
I think we're from the same area.
Okay.
So if he's listening, Zach, how you doing? Let's go to Applebee's. Let's go to Applebee's.
Yeah, because I don't have Applebee's anywhere else.
Yeah. They don't. Oh, they do here. Yeah. So what did Zack Snyder say recently, Tory? Stirred some pots here.
Well, originally, so there were a lot of fans who were upset, and then I know that the stars had, words and feelings about it themselves. When we first found out that The Flash was going to be in Justice League, but it wasn't going to be starring Grant Gustin, he said, I don't see why I shouldn't. I'm doing, I think that I should be considered at least. I have a hit show.
And Grant Gustin plays Flash.
Plays Barry Allen in the Flash TV series on the CW.
Yeah.
Great series. I love it a lot. And he said, I felt like I should at least be considered to play the Flash in the movies. And Stephen Amell came in, who plays Green Arrow on the CW show Arrow. He's like, yeah, I think that's fair, and I think that I could play, Green Arrow in the movies as well. So, and the fans kind of had their back because they love their respective series. And so now, Zack Snyder recently came out and doing all the interviews and press for Batman vs. Superman. He said, here's the reason why I didn't consider Grant Gustin. One, because I like him as an actor and I like the TV show. I don't feel like the tone that he and the show on the CW has would be appropriate for the tone that I have and set for this world. it's kind of like a lighter tone, and you get this is me speaking now. It's kind of a lighter tone, and you kind of get emotional. If you saw Kevin Smith's video to the season finale of season one, he bawled like a baby. But Zack Snyder's world, as you can tell from 300 and Watchmen, is a little darker. It's a little more grim, a little more dramatic. So he didn't feel like the tone that Barry Allen has and is associated with that works so well for the CW series would be appropriate for the tone of the Justice League in a DC universe that he's creating.
Yeah. Now, Tory, the big thing about that isn't it going to be confusing?
Isn't what going to be confusing?
So let me just distill it a little bit. You have one actor playing Flash on TV every week, and then in the same comic book universe, exactly opposite of what Marvel has done, you have a brand new guy play the same character in the same universe, but in the movies.
Yeah. It's the same universe.
Ish.
It's the same comic book and the same comic character, but two different universes, and that's what he said he wanted to kind of keep separate. Yes, it's the same comic book character, but I think with the tone, going back to what Zack Snyder said, it will be easy to differentiate the two different actors playing the two different characters. Because I feel like in the darker realm, sure, the Flash is always a lighter character, but it's not going to have the same tone that if Ezra Miller were to come to the CW, the entire show would change. It would be a little darker. It would be a little more grim, because that's the way that Zack Snyder is setting up the entire his cinematic film universe. So I think it will be easy to kind of keep them separate. It's great for the fans because you already know the backstory of the Flash. It's kind of popular now if you didn't know the original character just by the comics or anything. And I think that Zack Snyder can kind of cheat and get away with not doing so much of an origin story, even though we might see one down the line. Mm-hmm. I think they might have I think they have a Flash movie planned, but you don't necessarily need that right now. I think I haven't seen it yet in Batman vs Superman, but I think there are glimpses of other characters and other superheroes in Batman vs Superman. We'll see this weekend, hopefully. Right. But he can kind of cheat to get away with not having an origin story first and throwing him in Batman vs Superman or any other movie to say, hey, the Flash is here, and you'll find out more about him and see what he does later on down the line.
Sure.
Now, I have mixed feelings about his decision to not at least consider him. Like, as an actor, you want to be given the chance to show your range, not be limited. Like, I'm sure Grant Gus can say, okay, you want a darker Barry Allen? I can show you a darker Barry Allen.
I'll give you a darker Barry.
I'll give you a darker Barry Allen. So I feel like for a pure actor's perspective, we would like the opportunity. However, here's where it would get confusing. Because of the lighter tone on the series of Flash, if Grant Gustin were to be in the movies as a Flash in the darker tone, when he came back to the series, it'd be hard to see, okay, well, one, which do I like better? And two, the series wouldn't be the same.
Right.
If I like the darker Flash better, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to continue watching the series because I like what he was doing in the movies more. Or vice versa. I don't want to go see the movies because I like what he's doing on the TV show. Also, from a different perspective, from the studio's perspective, it'd be hard to time that out with the timeline because when you're shooting a movie, especially of that magnitude, you need to go away for 2 or 3 months at a time at the minimum. Whereas when you're shooting a series for 9-10 months out of the year, it's going to be hard to schedule around that.
And let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think Warner Brothers has made a mistake by making the Batman stuff so dark?
Absolutely not. Because he should be dark. In my opinion.
And the Batman, especially, and the Superman.
No, I don't think so. I'm one of the people that actually loved Man of Steel.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
Let that be known. I liked it a lot.
Good. It
Kevin
seems like
Costner scene, the wave. It hit me hard.
Yes. It
Hard,
seems like there are
guys.
two types of people. Either you
like
love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And again, like I've said before on the show, a lot of people had a hard time with like Superman and Zod like flying through Metropolis and destroying the buildings, and quote unquote there are millions or hundreds of people that died in the buildings. But if you go back and look at the animated shows and the comic books, they were doing the exact same thing. It's just personified in a darker in an already darker setting in the movie. So there's nothing new. There, like Metropolis was tore up every single day, every single week on the weekly episodes. I watched Supergirl, and she was fighting a villain, and they were going through buildings as well. Supergirl has a lighter tone, but they were still going through buildings, and you're not going to think that people weren't injured.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. So stop it, guys. Just stop it. It's reality. Plus, you didn't know it at the time, but they were setting it up for this Batman versus Superman deal.
Yeah.
From what everyone kind of speculates and gathers from the commercials and from the trailers, you see Ben Affleck seeing Metropolis getting destroyed, and that's a reason that he doesn't like Superman, and that's where the conflict begins.
It'll be interesting to see if a totally separate tone of a character, in this case Flash, can survive in movie
worlds,
form.
yeah.
Both sides of the track. Because it's if it does, that'll be interesting. It's like, oh wow, can you do that with other characters?
Exactly. I'm totally okay with having two separate worlds because the TV world was established first in DC, whereas Marvel, it was established with the movies first with Iron Man 1.
Right. Oh, excuse me. That's gets me so excited.
Yeah.
Talking about that. Oh, wait, Emily. Oh, Emily's here.
They're here. She just brought them in.
They're here. They're here. Everyone's here.
All right, send them on up.
Get them water.
Yeah, give them some water, Emily. Great, guys. Our special guests have just arrived, and I'm really excited. And Cord,
I'm enthused.
We're gonna have an interview, and hey guys, go ahead and pull up a chair.
Grab a seat
right here by the microphone.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce to the show Batman and Superman.
Round of applause, guys.
Yes, thanks guys for being here.
Yes, thanks for making the time to come.
So, you know what? Let's just start this off. One at a time. Batman. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
I'm glad you dressed. You wore everything.
It's Sunday's best.
Yeah, it's great to see the cape in action. Live and everything. I hope the flight was good. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this weekend.
First of all, let me say that it's a pleasure and sometimes a relief not having to fly myself,
In the bat.
Yeah, in the bat jet.
Yeah,
it's first class, bar none. I mean, those Punas, by God.
And real quick, do you wear the bat suit on the plane?
I have to.
You have to.
Yeah,
right.
That's the only way I get free flights.
Right, because I don't know if you have an alter ego or anything.
Well, you'll see him in the movies.
We will. Oh, so that's a great lead-in. I would love to ask you, what did you think of Ben Affleck playing the Bruce Wayne character?
I think he did an okay job. I think he was a little rough to Alfred. I don't think Alfred deserves to be talked to so harshly. But other than that, I've been, Alfred's been in my life my entire life, so I have feelings about how people treat him. He doesn't have many friends.
So you know Alfred too, then?
I do know Alfred. Yeah.
I see.
He comes to the Batcave and he gives me tea every now and then, so I have a relationship with him.
So do you hang out with Bruce Wayne then?
Occasionally, we cross paths.
Yeah.
Play tennis every now and then.
Tennis.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the better person in tennis?
Well, I have a strong serve.
Yeah.
But he rallies pretty well.
Yeah. He looks like a rallier.
Yeah.
Let's not hog the spotlight here. Superman, thank you for flying in. I understand that you obviously don't need a plane ticket here, which is good for us because we're trying to pinch pennies every chance we get.
Well, let me tell you, I'm pleased to be here.
Well, great, thank you. So Superman, big weekend coming.
Please call me Soup.
Soup.
Yes.
I like soup. That's good. Soup. Big weekend coming. What What do you hope fans take away from the movie?
Well, first of all, let me say thank you, Cord and Tory, for allowing me to be here today.
Of course.
It is my pleasure to come here along with along with Batman, we'll just say.
Yes.
I'm not going to say my friend or my enemy. You'll just have to see the movie
Is that
coming
a hint? You're dropping hints here?
Not dropping. He's not dropping anything. Just shut up, Superman. Hey, excuse me. We agreed to be professional.
Yeah.
Fine. Anyway, like I was saying,
awkward.
like I was saying, a pleasure to be here. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yes. The question was, what do you hope fans take away from the movie this week?
Well, I hope that first of all they like it more than they did the last movie because my feelings were hurt.
Oh.
My feelings were hurt that many people didn't enjoy it, but
Yeah.
I stand strong. I stand proud of the last movie, and I support the people that liked it. So I, first of all, hope that more people will like it more than they did the last movie.
Gotcha.
And second of all, I just want people to understand that I am not a flimsy man.
You're not a flimsy man.
I stand strong. I mean, bullets bounce off of my chest and everything.
Yes.
Not my cape. It's not my cape that's impenetrable. It's me. So I want people to respect me more.
So your cape could deteriorate. I should know this.
Not by average bullets. No, by other forms it could deteriorate, but not by mere bullets. But my point is, bullets can't harm me. Batman over here, if you were to shoot him with a bullet, it would go right through his body.
Yeah, if you shot him in the face.
Okay, you know what? Stop telling people my weaknesses, all right?
Well, Batman,
I'm pretty sure that everyone knew that already, Bats.
Yeah, it's in the trailers, too.
It's in the trailers.
Yeah. But so Superman, I asked Batman about Ben Affleck. I would love to know, what's his name? Henry Cavill.
Yep, yes.
Tremendous actor. He looks a whole heck of a lot like you. I'm noticing this now. Mm-hmm. Are you guys related?
No, we're totally two different people. He wears glasses.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
And he works at that newspaper stand.
Clark actually, yeah.
Clark does, yes, not you. So Superman, Batman, it's so great to see you guys in the flesh. You're much bigger than what I imagined.
Yeah, you know what? Well, that's how we roll.
Yeah,
we're much bigger. You need to get bigger chairs. I'm a little uncomfortable here.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We don't get nice things. Emily, did you get him water? You got him. Okay.
Yeah, sounds like it, right?
Yeah, you. Batman, do you talk like that all the time?
I have to. No one can know my secret identity.
Oh, so you do have a secret identity?
Sure. Everyone does.
Oh, wow.
You have an alternate life, don't you?
No, not really.
Really?
But I don't really have superpowers.
Oh, well, neither do I.
Neither do you. That's hilarious.
Batman made it funny. Yes, that's what he calls a funny, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Good one, Bats.
Superman. Yeah, so, I have to say this here. I'm so excited for this movie because you guys are going to crush it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to see it, too. Can I say ass?
Yes.
I whoop ass.
You whoop ass.
In the movie.
Yeah.
And I think you guys are going to have a good time. And you know what? I do a pretty good job of when it comes to fisticuffs as well in this production.
Last question. Tell me, Gal Gadot. She's looking good as Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes. She is. The
actress plays. Does she play Wonder Woman or does she play?
Wonder Woman is another, Justice Leaguer.
Oh.
Gal Gadot plays her, her other persona.
Oh.
In the movie, her secret identity.
Oh.
Her normal life.
Let me ask you guys this. You don't have to answer. Do you guys know each other's secret identity?
Well, I know Batman because I have X-ray vision.
You have X-ray vision, so you can see his face right now.
Sure, and I'm the world's greatest detective. So, of course, I know Superman's as well.
But you don't have superpowers, Batman.
No. My mind is a superpower that I need.
Your mind is a superpower.
And my money. And my money.
So you're telling me you know Superman's alter identity.
Of course, I'm the world's greatest detective.
All right.
Monk has nothing on me.
Monk. That was a great show.
Gosh, I wish he would stop. He's been doing that entire press tour.
So you guys have spent a lot of time recently together then?
We have, yeah. Almost too much.
Yeah. I'm sure.
That's nice to hear, Bats.
Yes. So Soup, so excited to see you this weekend. Batman, so excited to see you. It's going to be a great movie. Any parting words for our audience? Before you go.
I would say stay to the end of the movie. There might be something after the credits.
Ooh.
And yes, once again, thank you for your time and your patronage. Yeah, everything he said, but more badass.
Yes.
Great, Batman. Time to go. See ya.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Wow, that was an incredible interview.
Thank you for coming. Emily, get them. You got it?
Yeah. Feel free to show them craft services on the way out, Emily.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
expense it, though, on the credit card.
Just JoJo's. It's just JoJo's.
Wow.
I mean, that was one of my boyhood dreams came true meeting Batman.
Yes. I started to sweat a little. I hope they didn't notice.
No, I'm sure no one
You were quiet during the interview.
No, I was just in awe.
You were
I was just in awe.
starstruck.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Whew, I tried to sneak a selfie with Batman, but
that's what you were doing.
somehow a batarang went through my phone. I don't know how that happened.
He probably has that GP that the Morgan Freeman one. I guess it's not the same Batman, but when he spies on all the cell phones.
Oh, sure, like an eagle eye type sort of thing.
Oh.
Do you remember that movie? That was actually a pretty good movie. I liked it a lot.
Did you like it?
I did.
I was working in a movie theater at the time, and that play. When you work in a movie theater, you like those movies, especially the ending credit song, gets burned into your mind.
Sure.
Mamma Mia. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Here we go again.
Yeah, dude. Sweeping the theater, listening to that damn song
over and over again.
Holy cow.
Oh man. Oh, jeez.
Lord.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 46 or 47, whichever it is. I think it's 47 still. Thank you to our special guest, Batman vs. Superman.
Yep.
Batman and Superman. Batman vs. Superman is coming out this weekend in theaters, so go get your tickets, guys, and go see it and let us know what you thought of it.
Yes. You guys should find us on Twitter and Instagram at Cord and Tory Show.
Yep.
And then on Facebook, just search Cord and Tory Podcast.
Yeah.
Like that, share and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then also on iTunes, do us a big fave and subscribe, and also give us a rating of the podcast.
Yeah.
It helps people find the show, and we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you very much. Have a good weekend, and go Batman.
Go Batman, go Superman.
No, just go Batman.
Go Superman. Go Soup! He told me I could call him Soup.
That's sure, fine.
Super Loop!
I'm sure he doesn't appreciate that.
Soup.
It's not helping his image.
Love you guys. Mwah.
Deuces.